Most of the training advice that you see online doesn't work for naturals, and that's because it's not built for us. It's not built for you. It's built for the enhanced to operate under a completely different set of rules. And the problem is, most guys don't even realize that. So they copy the structure and they expect the same results. You cannot copy the clown show online, you guys. That physiology, it's completely different. If you're not balls deep in drug addiction like they are, you're gonna have a hard time building muscle. Because when you apply enhanced based training to a natural body, you don't get better results, you get stalled progression. So, we're gonna discuss why it doesn't work and the better path that you need to be on. So, let's get it. So, here's the deal, you guys. We have, this is the core issue, all right? Right here you have Kevin the druggie, and he's not happy because he's got like 2 hairs and he's got like small nads. Can't even see that shit, you guys. Okay. Then you got Jay Natty, right? All kinds of hair, long hair. We got hair gains, and we got ball gains, boy. So here is Kevin the druggie. Here is Jay the natty. Okay? Now, I just want to paint this little picture here for you. Okay? Now, enhanced lifters, like Kevin the druggie, they have advantages that fundamentally change how their body responds to training. They can recover faster. They build muscle faster, and to a greater degree. It's a higher ceiling. And they don't feel the real effects of overtraining because, yes, overtraining is an actual thing that happens, you guys. I know people like to say, oh, it doesn't exist. Just sleep more and eat more. Yeah, don't be a fucking idiot. So basically, the drugs that they have keep them anabolic, and they avoid becoming catabolic, okay? So since they are, this is also what we call a PETA, performance enhancing drug addict. So since they are PETAs, they can get away with things that natural lifters simply cannot, okay? So when Jay Natty Big Balls tries to copy that model, he gets crushed with no gains. Because look, guys, when you inherit the workload without having the recovery to support it, well, that's a problem, okay? That's where things start to break down. Now, recovery is the biggest separator here, you guys. Enhanced lifters can recover from more overall exercise stress. Think of it like this. Both the natural and the enhanced have a recovery ceiling. Our ceiling, by default, is lower compared to theirs. Ours is constrained, and theirs has more capacity. So let's say ours is literally right here, and theirs is, you know, but honestly, let's be real. It's like not even close, right? It's like somewhere up here. So our capacity is much lower than theirs, okay? And that's the reality, okay? Natural lifters don't have the same recovery ability. Even the guys using TRT have an advantage. And I made a video showing the difference between natural and TRT with testosterone blood levels that are equated. So if you're interested, even those guys have an advantage, even when free T and total T is equated. It's not the same, okay? Now, our ability to grow is directly tied to our ability to recover. In order to adapt, which is growth, we first need to recover. So if we don't recover from the stress that we impose, we ain't adapted. It's that simple, okay? So when you overload your system with too much work, you don't grow faster. You maybe don't even grow at all. You accumulate fatigue, debt, okay? That fatigue, it builds, it adds up, and it interferes with performance, which ultimately limits growth. So what works for them is honestly counterproductive for us. That is the reality. Now, this is where most naturals go wrong. They think more volume equates to more growth because that's what they see the enhanced lifters doing. And some of y'all make comments as well saying,
well, the literature says more growth whenever you do more volume. 36 and 52 sets per week, and that shows more growth.
Look, guys, I guess make another comment on this video telling me how wrong I am. Guys, I've made videos countering this argument. My last peer-reviewed paper was exactly on this topic. So please go read my paper, watch my other videos, or I guess make your comments on this video. Better idea. Okay, got one here for you guys. Make your own YouTube video, okay? Teach us the ways, Yoda. All right, if what I'm saying is so wrong and incorrect, then goddamn, boy, write your own paper on the subject, like I did. Or just make a video. I'll settle with a video. Make a long-form video, okay? Counter what I'm saying. Present your ideas, your arguments. I'm waiting. Let's go, Punk Johnny 457 Dash. Let's go. Anyway, guys, look, high volume splits, tons of sets, multiple exercises per group. It is a model built on enhanced recovery, okay? For naturals, volume has to be managed very carefully, okay? Too little will not stimulate growth, and we know that. Sorry, hitters, it just is what it is. But too much will limit your ability to recover and progress. Now, the goal isn't to do as much as possible. It's to do enough to grow and recover from so you can come back stronger. Now, guys, enhanced lifters can grow with inefficient training. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. If volume is high, if they're CrossFitting their reps like their favorite IFBB pro bodybuilder, and they never get close enough to muscular failure. Guys, these are all red flags that the training stimulus is weak. It's weak sauce, you guys. That's some weak sauce training right there. But when you're a PETA, right, you can get results from a lower quality stimulus. That's because their physiology supports it. Do you guys not understand this? I mean, I know a lot of you do, but some of you all need to come on, let's rally behind the rest of us over here, okay? We as naturals, we cannot rely on that. We don't have the drugs, okay? We can't rely on the drugs as we don't have them, and we can't have a weak stimulus, okay? Our progression, it depends so much more on precision, execution, intensity. an effective stimulus. If you train like a performance-enhancing drug addict, like a PETA, you don't want to be a PETA, and you ain't using their special sauce, okay, it's not going to work for you. All right. Now, this is why so many natural lifters plateau. All right. PETA training is typically high volume with weak intensity. Okay. Not to mention, these PETAs, they don't focus on progressive load because they think it's a farce. So many of these dudes online, they're trying to convince you. They're trying to convince you that you don't need to get stronger. They say it's all bullshit. And what they're saying is bullshit, okay? If you're using and abusing the drugs, then sure, you don't have to get stronger. But if you're natural, you can't listen to that. Don't step in the bodybuilding bullshit. If you listen to them and you're knee deep in that bodybuilding drug bullshit, it's not going to help, okay? Because again, they focus on different things. And if you don't focus on getting stronger and you don't focus on a high intensive stimulus and you just push volume way up, over time, your performance is going to stall, okay? Without progression, there's no growth. Okay, now again, this is all predicated on the natural, us dudes who are natty. We're not taking anything, okay? You cannot follow what they're doing. You have to follow what we need to be doing. So, what do we need? Okay, we have a different approach here. This is the hypertrophy stimulus hierarchy that I presented in my last paper called Progressive Load, the Forgotten Principle Behind Muscle Hypertrophy for Natural Bodybuilders. Now, bodybuilders you can swap out with lifters, okay? Just someone who builds the body. So it's not isolated to those who compete, all right? Now this pyramid is a conceptual framework for maximizing, that's the operative word, maximizing hypertrophy in natural lifters. And it's organized by order of importance. This is why I have it as a pyramid, all right? Imagine that. So, what do we need as natties? Okay, we need to focus on progressive load, making sure that your lifts are improving over time. We need to train with high effort. Okay, sets have to be hard. You have to get proximal to failure, if not failure. You can't do these fluff sets that you see people doing. Most people, in the gym, when you watch, like go on the treadmill, just people watch. Most people in general don't train hard, okay? Because training hard sucks. It's not fun. Like when you're actually in it and you're towards the end, it's not fun, right? So most people avoid it. That's reality, okay? And then of course, we need a certain amount of volume and frequency. Obviously, we do. But not so much that it limits your recovery. So if you go too often, it can limit recovery. Yeah. If you do too much volume, it can definitely limit your recovery. So you have to balance. These are stimulus variables, okay? All of these are stimulus variables. And how we apply them, it's different between the natural and the enhanced. How you apply them as you progress from the beginner to the intermediate to the advanced stages, it's different. It's not the same. Again, I've mentioned this in other videos. Training evolves, and that's how it evolves. You manipulate and you adjust these stimulus variables to ensure that you're getting the stimulus, you're recovering, and you're adapting, right? And that is progression, and you repeat, okay? So you have to stop copying the clowns in the clown show, all right? The shift is moving away from copying them, and you have to try to understand your own physiology as a natural, okay? That means being more intentional with your training. It means tracking performance, managing fatigue, and focusing on long-term progression, okay? Sorry for this handwriting, you guys. Sometimes my tablet that I use gets all funky right in the middle of recording, and for some reason the strokes become unclean. Don't know why. Okay. But look, it's not about doing more. It's about doing what actually works for the body. Okay. And once you make that shift, it all starts to make more sense. Okay. So enhanced training, it works for the enhanced lifters. Okay. Natural training works for natural lifters. Really simple. There's a dichotomy. Okay. And the problem with most people in our industry is that they don't make this distinction. And, there is one. I don't give two flying dicks, all right? If all of the influencers and the PhD people say that there is no distinction, I don't care. I've made my arguments in many of my videos, and I made sound arguments in my paper, my position paper, against high volume, the high volume paradigm, and how naturals, coinciding with their natural physiology, should look at this and strategize differently. Okay, so I don't care who out there says, because I've seen naturals go, oh, there's no difference in training. It's like pretty much the same. I've seen that. It's not true. Okay, and I don't care who you are, what creds you hold, what degrees you have. Okay, I've been in this industry for a long time, 20 years, transforming bodies. I've written the books, I've written the papers, I've put people on the stages, we've gotten team awards, we've won pro cards. I've done a lot myself. This is not just I'm not some rando dude off the street. I want to become a fitness influencer, and I want to make videos about fitness all of a sudden and try to make money and coach people. No, motherfucker. Like, I've been doing this a very long time. Like, I am in the trenches coaching people. So, point is, I don't care what they say, okay? I don't give two dicks. There is a dichotomy in how naturals should train compared to those who are using and abusing the drugs, okay? Training advice does not apply equally across the board. Same with nutrition, and I've made some videos on that as well. And until you understand that, you'll keep chasing methods that are not built for you. You don't want to do that, okay? So, look guys, join my school community. I actually have a couple of them, okay? Hey, maybe you're a trainer and you want to get better at body recomposition, natural body recomposition. I can coach you on that as well. So check out those links in the description. Tap it. It goes to both of them. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's stay clean. And let's not be part of the clown show. Hell yeah!